The world of pianos is one of profound depth, where mechanical precision meets artistic expression. For the uninitiated, a piano might seem a monolithic instrument, but for those who delve deeper, it's a universe of subtle variations. This exploration focuses on a crucial yet often overlooked aspect: the piano action. As illustrated by the fascinating contrast between Olivia Rodrigo's upright green room piano and Jacob Collier's concert grand, both from Steinway, we uncover why piano action is a deeply personal and subjective experience, not a universal truth. What is piano action, though? At its core, the piano action is the intricate mechanical system that translates the player's touch on the keys into the hammer striking the strings, producing sound. It's an elaborate chain reaction involving hundreds of precisely engineered parts, levers, pivots, springs, and felt-covered hammers, all working in perfect synchronicity. When a key is depressed, it initiates a complex sequence. Now, before we jump into the technicalities of piano action, let's go into the piano showroom at Steinway Scottsdale and take a look at Olivia Rodrigo's piano and Jacob Collier's piano, and talk about piano action and how I feel playing both pianos. And over here we have a piano that belongs to Olivia Rodrigo. This is quite a nice upright. I love the piano action on this one. It's a little bit on the heavier side. It's funny how different pianos have different actions, and same brand. So we have Jacob Collier's piano right over here. This is a Steinway, and the piano action on this is very liquid, very fluid. Same manufacturer. When you come over here, the piano action here, it gives you that resistance. So if you are a percussive player and you kind of heavy-handed when you play like I do, then this is probably a more preferred action for you. But if you prefer the fluid, then it's got to be this. All right. The takeaway from my experience with Olivia's and Jacob Steinway's is profound. Piano action is fundamentally a personal preference, and there's no gospel truth. What feels good to one pianist may feel inadequate for another. A concert pianist might prioritize rapid repetition and extreme dynamic control, while a jazz improviser might prefer a lighter, more agile touch. Artist-specific selections are very evident, because while the voice and tonal quality and richness of tone are undoubtedly vital aspects of a piano, the action is the direct interface between the musician and the instrument. It dictates how precisely a player can translate their musical intentions into sound. A pianist might adore the rich tone of a piano, but find its action unresponsive or fatiguing. Conversely, a piano with a stellar action might inspire a player to find new sonic possibilities, even if the inherent tone isn't their absolute ideal. Now, context matters. Olivia's green room piano serves a different purpose than Jacob's concert grand. A green room piano might prioritize a comfortable, consistent practice experience, and maybe even a little bit of resistance to get your fingers warmed up, while a concert grand is designed for maximum projection, nuance control, and the demands of a large performance venue, as in the example of Jacob's piano. In conclusion, we can deduce that the fascinating differences in piano action, even between instruments from the same revered manufacturer like Steinway, underscore the deeply personal nature of a pianist's relationship with their instrument. It is a complex interplay of historical innovation, meticulous craftsmanship, environmental factors, and individual preference. To truly appreciate a piano, one must experience its action firsthand. You cannot go by my recommendations, as I have seen people on this channel say, I don't agree, and they shouldn't agree, because it's about their experience, not about mine. Understanding what one pianist rates high or low is not a judgment on the manufacturer, but a reflection of their unique journey into the rich and varied landscape of piano touch. Now let's talk a little bit about the mechanics between the piano action. So, when a key is depressed, it initiates a complex sequence. The key as a lever. The piano key itself acts as a lever, pivoting on a balance pin. When pressed down, the back end of the key rises. The whipping and jack. This rising motion lifts a component called the whipping, which in turn pulls up an L-shaped piece known as the jack or escapement lever. Hammer propulsion. The jack pushes against a felt knuckle or roller on the hammer shank, causing the hammer to rise. Escapement, the critical release. Just before the hammer strikes the string, the jack escapes from under the knuckle. This is a crucial design element, allowing the hammer to fly freely towards the strings by its own momentum, preventing it from damping the string's vibration after impact. Then we have the strike and damper lift. The felt-covered hammer strikes the strings, causing them to vibrate and produce sound. Simultaneously, a damper, a felt pad resting on the strings, is lifted off, allowing the string to resonate. And lastly, we have rebound and repetition. After striking, the hammer falls back, caught by a back check to prevent unwanted rebound. In grand pianos, such as the one you see in this video, a repetition lever, part of the double escapement mechanism, allows the hammer to reset quickly to an intermediate position, enabling rapid repetition of notes without the key needing to return fully to its resting position. When the key is released, the damper falls back onto the strings, silencing the note, and all parts return to their original positions, ready for the next note. A very brief history of mechanical ingenuity in the evolution of a piano is testament to centuries of innovation, driven by the desire for greater levels of control. The world of pianos and piano action has definitely gone through quite a metamorphosis, from Bartolomeo Cristofori in the 1700s all the way to the mid-18th century with Viennese action, grace and clarity from makers like Johann Andreas Stein, and then English action in the late 18th century. For example, makers like Broadwood developed an action with heavier hammers and a deeper key fall. In 1821, we had Erard's revolutionary double escapement mechanism, which was pivotal for grand pianos. It allowed for rapid repetition of notes even when the key was not fully released. In 1826 onward, we had various innovations, compact innovation. While grand pianos flourished, Warnham's innovations in upright piano actions, Robert Warnham that is, such as the tape check action, made pianos more compact and accessible for domestic use. So there has been quite a metamorphosis until we get to today. Modern inventions from manufacturers like Steinway. We see actions continuously refined. Steinway has their own history, including the development of the tubular metallic action frame for stability and the accelerated action for even faster repetition and more sensitive touch. Now, going beyond what we have discussed so far, let's go into a few more piano brands with a comparative analysis of piano actions. In grand piano design, the action, as we have already established, is the complex mechanism translating key presses into hammer strikes. And in this discussion, we're going to talk about the actions of 5 elite acoustic piano manufacturers: Steinway and Sons, focusing more on model D and B; Yamaha, the CFX series; Bosendorfer, Imperial 290 and new VC series, and Fazioli F278 and F308. We'll also talk about the Kawai, examining their mechanical designs, materials, proprietary innovations, touch and feel characteristics, repetition, performance, and professional reputation. I'm going to give you the high-level overview of all of this. All modern concert grands use some variant of the double escapement action that I had discussed earlier. So let's go a little bit deeper into how these piano actions vary. Steinway, specifically model DOB, the touch or feel is medium to heavy with distinct resistance. It provides excellent dynamic control, known for a natural feel, balancing precision with power. Responsiveness, quick and articulate, featuring Steinway's accelerated action for enhanced repetition, which is about 13% faster than other actions. The pros, it's a trusted stage piano, expressive range from delicate pianissimo to thunderous fortissimo, durable and robust under heavy use. The cons, slightly heavier action can fatigue some pianists during prolonged demanding repertoire. Variability between instruments is also present due to hand regulation, as in the example I showed you. Unique feature, all wood action parts, giving traditional tactile feedback. Next, we'll talk about Yamaha, the CFX series. Touch and feel, medium light, notably smooth, balanced across the keyboard, highly uniform and comfortable, allowing ease of virtuosic playing. Responsiveness, exceptional repetition speed with a frictionless feel. The latest models have been refined for nuanced pianissimo control and rapid repetition. Pros, remarkably consistent action, predictable feel favored in competitions, reliable under extensive use without frequent adjustments. The cons, some pianists find its consistency a little bit clinical, lacking a unique tactile character, unique features in the Yamaha's aluminum alloy action rail, and that stabilizes regulation across climates. Moving on to the Bosendorfer Imperial or VC series. Touch and feel, distinctively graded, light in treble, heavier in bass, smooth, fluid, and sophisticated tactile feedback. Responsiveness is precise and swift. Modern Renner action ensures rapid repetitions, effective at subtle dynamics and gentle passages. Pros, elegant, refined touch, treble clarity, and powerful bass, favored by expressive performers. Cons, the treble might feel overly delicate for pianists used to heavier actions, unfamiliar initially to those accustomed primarily to Steinway. Unique feature, custom Renner action using hornbeam wood for stable performance. Let's talk about the Fazioli F278 or F308. Touch and feel, extremely light and ultra responsive. Keys move effortlessly, allowing precise control with minimal effort. Responsiveness, unmatched repetition speed, ideal for quick trills, rapid ornamentation, and agile playing. Pros, exceptional clarity and sensitivity. It suits pianists who value absolute precision and expressive nuance. Cons, highly sensitive, demands impeccable technique, can reveal even minor imperfections in pianist control. A unique feature is the optional fourth pedal in the F308, reducing hammer blow resistance for soft passages and delicate playing. Let's move on to the final one here, talking about the Kawai brand, specifically the Shigeru Kawai series, which is on the higher end. Touch and feel is light to medium light, exceptionally smooth and frictionless, considered modern, slick, and easy to play over extended sessions. Responsiveness, rapid repetition due to lightweight ABS carbon composite action parts. offers precise articulation, ideal for demanding repertoire. Pros: stability in varied climates, minimal maintenance required, reliable, even and comfortable feel, appreciated for long practice or concert use. Cons: pianists accustomed to traditional actions might miss the heavier tactile resistance typical of Steinways or Bosendorfers. Unique feature in these Kawai Shigeru pianos are Millennium 3 action with carbon composite parts for greater speed, reliability, and consistency. And before we conclude, the typical question from a lot of pianists is, what do these pianos cost? Now remember, we're talking about the idealistic piano. So from Steinway to Steinway D, standard concert grand could be somewhere between $175,000 to $222,000, depending on finish and extras. The Yamaha CFX pianos, premium flagship, typically $194,000 to $204,000. The Bosendorfer 290 Imperial, top tier Imperial model, is often about $300,000 plus. The Fazioli F278 high-end Italian Grand is between $270,000 to $340,000, and it varies by finish. The Kawai SKEX Concert Grand is around about $242,000. Smaller models in the SK can range $80,000 to $137,000. So all in all, my friends, it is important for us to understand that prices vary based on a lot of factors: polish, custom veneer, optional features such as player mechanisms, matching benches, shipping and taxes, and some models like the Steinway Spirio player and Fazioli optional pedals, Bosendorfer reproducing systems can easily add $10,000 to $50,000 to the base price. Now, their dealer discounts and promotions can apply. In conclusion, it's important that we embrace the win-win mindset in world-class piano actions. Every great piano maker, be it Steinway, Yamaha, Bosendorfer, Fazioli, and Kawai, have reached an exceptional pinnacle, offering pianists unique yet superb piano actions crafted to inspire musical mastery. Steinway symbolizes the power of tradition and expressive authenticity. Yamaha represents precision, reliability, and seamless performance. Bosendorfer embodies refined sophistication and nuanced dynamics. Fazioli offers unparalleled sensitivity and brilliant responsiveness. And Kawai champions innovation, stability, and effortless agility. It may not be known that Kawai and Steinway have a long-standing business relationship, especially through Steinway's Boston line. Boston pianos, which are under the Steinway umbrella, both grands and uprights, are designed by Steinway and Sons, but manufactured by Kawai in Japan and Indonesia under license. Steinway provided all patents and design specs, while Kawai's production ensures consistent quality and cost-effective craftsmanship. I actually heard from a friend that he prefers plain Boston pianos over the original Steinway brand. And that is a good display of how diligent Kawai has been in upholding the Steinway standard. Now, this OEM model allows Steinway extend its reach into mid-price pianos without compromising on quality. Kawai realized Steinway's vision with their own reliable assembly facilities. Now, this is a win-win relationship. Steinway expands its market presence and sustains design standards in a more accessible line, and Kawai gains prestige, aligning with Steinway's brand and benefiting from Steinway's patents and reputation. Musicians and educators get beautifully crafted Steinway-designed instruments at better value. So, Kawai builds Steinway Boston pianos. This is a fact that many don't understand or know. Now, in the world of pianos, there's often a we versus them, a they versus us mindset among the pianists. And this needs to be corrected because every one of these brands that I've mentioned today is great in their own right. And they provide awesome pianos to the world of piano players and music enthusiasts. So a shout out to all piano manufacturers, those that have been discussed here and even those that haven't, because they're doing an awesome job in making the world a better place through pianos. Pianos are truly a way of people connecting, entertaining each other, and just having that feel-good experience. When you walk into an establishment and you hear a piano, doesn't it make you feel somewhat relaxed? Yes, it absolutely does. It does make me feel relaxed. I love hearing pianos in the airport. I've actually stopped in many an airport to play a piano, and it just makes people feel good. And they come around and sometimes they sing along, they play along, and they cheer. So, cheers to all piano manufacturers, all pianists, all music enthusiasts. Let's celebrate the excellence in pianos and in music. Let's celebrate the fact that excellence is not one-dimensional. There is not one single piano manufacturer that is the end-all be-all. Instead, let us embrace the remarkable diversity in these top-tier pianos and find your perfect action. And I've found my perfect action. I believe my perfect action lies in the Steinway brand. And in my example, you saw that even with Steinways, I still had my preference. So when you find your perfect action, your piano becomes more than an instrument. It transforms into an extension of your musical voice. Greatness awaits in every touch, so play boldly, play confidently, and play beautifully. Thanks for joining me. If you've enjoyed this, do smash the like button and send this on to another music enthusiast just like you. Bye for now.